Good morning, Hank. It's Tuesday. So I graduated from Kenyon College in 1999, and as I've been telling people for over 20 years, my commencement speaker at graduation was former Major League Baseball Commissioner Bart Giamatti. The background here, Hank, is that once a month you and I host a rollicking live stream for Dear Hank and John supporters where we talk and answer questions in maybe too transparent a way. And I was talking about giving the commencement address at Rice University and mentioned how my commencement speaker was former Major League Baseball Commissioner Bart Giamatti, and then somebody said, "I can't believe that Paul Giamatti's dad was your graduation speaker." And I was like, there's absolutely no way that the brilliant actor Paul Giamatti is a nepo baby of the son of the 7th commissioner of Major League Baseball Variety. So I went on Bart Giamatti's Wikipedia page only to discover that indeed he was Paul Giamatti's dad. Now I actually do remember a fair amount about Bart Giamatti's commencement address. I remember that he started out by making a joke that there's only two kinds of commencement speeches, short and bad. And I remember that he quoted Winston Churchill a lot, and I remember sitting there in my gown feeling both proud of my accomplishment and terrified of the so-called real world. There's just one problem with all the memories I have of Bart Giamatti's commencement address, Hank, which is that as I read through his Wikipedia page, I realized that it was very unlikely that former Commissioner of Baseball Bart Giamatti was actually my commencement speaker at Kenyon College in 1999, on account of how Bart Giamatti died in 1989. That's right, Hank. Not only did Bart Giamatti not give the commencement address at Kenyon College, he was never the former commissioner of Major League Baseball, because Bart Giamatti, who was trained incidentally as a professor of Renaissance literature, he taught at Yale before his strange journey to becoming Major League Baseball commissioner, but he was never the former Major League Baseball commissioner because he died in office. Now later, I figured out that my actual commencement speaker was, get this, the 8th commissioner of Major League Baseball, Fay Vincent. Fay Vincent made that joke about two kinds of commencement addresses. Fay Vincent told me to never give up and never surrender. Fay Vincent, who incidentally was a movie producer before he became the Major League Baseball commissioner. He produced like Tootsie. A very strange bunch, Major League Baseball commissioners. Memory is a slippery beast, Hank, especially my memory, which is always filling in holes with narratives. But even so, I cannot believe that for the last 20 years I've been walking around telling anyone who would listen that my commencement speaker at Kenyon College in 1999 was Bart, died in 1989 Giamatti. How do we come to believe such things? I'm reminded of something Mark Twain famously wrote. It's not what you don't know that gets you into trouble. It's what you know for sure that just ain't so. Now, Hank, the whole Bart Giamatti situation gave me two gifts. First, I was a little less nervous giving the commencement at Rice University this weekend because I felt like, well, I mean, half these people are going to remember their commencement speaker as noted internet celebrity Hank Green anyway. But also, Bart Giamatti is a reminder to me to hold on to my memories a little less tightly, to understand them not as an unchanging record of what happened, but instead as a series of fallible impressions. Memory is not like a recording device. Studies have shown that even vivid memories can be unreliable. So-called flashbulb memories of important events, whether that's like 9/11 or your college graduation, are not actually more reliable than other memories. We just feel like they are. As one study put it, flashbulb memories are not special in their accuracy, but only in their perceived accuracy. Knowing that we can be wrong about what we know is a complicated business, of course, but an essential one for the adult mind to pursue, because believing that we are invulnerable to misinformation and misremembering actually makes us more vulnerable to it. And to me, the Bart Giamatti phenomenon is a reminder that, like, we construct stories that make sense as humans, even when those stories may not reflect what actually happened. Bart Giamatti is a fundamentally better name than Fay Vincent, and so the memory got stored that way, because that way it's more salient, it makes more sense, it tickles the brain a little bit better. So Hank, as you know, I don't reread my books. I don't even like to think about my books existing as present tense phenomena when they are, for me, a past tense thing. But there's one line I wrote 21 years ago that's been floating around in my head recently, and not only because of Bart Giamatti. The line goes, "You don't remember what happened. What you remember becomes what happened." I don't think we can remember accurately, but I think we do ourselves and the world a favor when we try to remember that we can't remember accurately. Hank, I'll see you on Friday.